courage and the boldness that you gain after speaking affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us. You have just tuned in to Where is the Love? I am your host. I am Stephanie Hockenhall. We are looking forward to this show today. We are always excited about the content that we have to share. We always have different subjects, and we're always able to tie it back into bullying. So I don't know if my co-host is ready, but I bring to you and introduce to you my co-host, Gene Williams, my son. He is here. Come on in. Mark. Gene is ready. Okay, while the producer's bringing him in, I want to remind you to where you can join us at. You should be watching us on our YouTube channel right now, Love Misunderstood Institute. You can watch us on our Facebook channel, Love Misunderstood Institute. Okay, Mark, I see. You can join us on our YouTube channel, Love Misunderstood Institute. You can join us on Premier Fitness YouTube channel 0210, Premier Fitness 0210. You can also join us on TV right now, Amazon Fire and Roku. All you have to do is go to those, pull up those devices and search POD TV space LIVE, and you can watch us live right now on TV. Also, you can watch us on the website, podtv.tv. And I think I got it all covered. So you can, and when you go to our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Share the information that we share and that we talk about, that we discuss. Share that information with other people, because we're doing this and talking about this information so that we can encourage others and so that they have the information as well. There he is.
Here I come to save the day.
I'm glad you made it in. We had a little technical difficulty, but we, as always, we
figured it out, man. We
made it. We made it. We made it. So,
Lord, we made it. Lord.
So, y'all, last week we had Evie Bolin on our show. We had a fantastic conversation. The conversation was so good that Mark, our producer, came on at the end and joined in on the conversation. It was very interesting. Very interesting conversation. So if you missed it, go back to episode 65 and check it out. We were talking about church bullying, something that we had not ever covered on our show, but our conversation just took us there. And it was a very interesting conversation. I've talked to many people that have experienced church bullying, including myself. I don't know that Gene has experienced church bullying, but I know, okay. So I know for sure that you have experienced bullying from leaders in the church. That I do know. Yeah.
Yeah, so. and kids. You remember Paul?
No.
You don't remember that? Okay. We'll talk later.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, it was a very interesting conversation, very informative. Go back and check it out. and leave comments. You can always reach out to us on if you're on Facebook, reach out on Messenger. If you don't reach out on one of the on one of the videos, you can also make a comment on YouTube on the YouTube channel. Um, but somehow get in touch with us if you have something to share. Also, while I'm making announcements, if you are willing to come on our show and share your experiences about bullying, both as a child and as an adult, because we experience it throughout our lifetime. There's no specific age range that is bullied. But if you're willing to share that information, share your experiences to help other people, please contact us and come on our show. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have a conversation with you. And just know that because we educate about bullying, the bullying has not stopped. We still experience bullying. We still find ourselves on occasion bullying others. And, as soon as we recognize that that's what we're doing, we stop it. So even if it's in your words or emotionally, mentally, our natural beings, you know, um, just sometimes, even in taking up for ourselves or speaking up for ourselves, can bully others. So don't think that because we educate about it, we don't do it. Son, I've said a whole lot. I feel like I've been talking for the last 10 minutes and it's pretty close. What you got to say?
Yeah, definitely. Bullying is not is no age limit. You know, all people bully from the elderly to the youngins, um, and everyone in between. You know, intimate relationships, business relationships, so on and so forth. You know,
Yep,
it's across the board, and yeah, sometimes you can go overboard speaking up for yourself and become the bully.
yep,
You know, to bully the bully.
yep,
It happens.
yep,
You got to know when to pull back.
yep. That's good. I just put out a video on Facebook earlier within the last couple hours talking about that, talking about a bullying experience I had at work. Um, but anyway, so check out our YouTube channel, Love Misunderstood Institute, and click on the playlist. And all of our shows are listed under the playlist, so you can pull up any show at any time and watch it. They all have the title on it. Um, and Mark, the Pod TV has a store now.
Like,
Uh, can you come on and tell us about that? Do you mind?
Not at all. Don't mind sharing that news, but I was just saying that I was talking to the management, and they go to Pod TV and they go to podtv.tv. They will see that there is a store right now. It just has Pod TV products, but the
Oh,
founder of the network is looking at ways to attach books and e-products and other things. So eventually, everybody will have their products available as well. So maybe we can have an attachment of uh, Jean's lovely CD as well as some of the books that you have. But right now, it is just Pod TV products. I think there's a Pod TV mug. There might even be a Pod TV uh, coat and a couple of other Pod TV products, but they just created that. So that was one of the Thanksgiving goals, and the goal has been accomplished. So there is now a
nice.
Pod TV
nice.
store, and all along those lines. So that is a
Whoop,
way that
whoop.
there can be some revenue made for folks as well. So that is something that they're working on. And last time I talked to the founder or one of the founders of the network, Kim, she was saying that she's trying to figure out ways to attach the books and maybe some of the records and other things that people have that are already existing. But right now, it is just
That's
a
cool.
through Teespring, the actual products that are being created on that have the Pod TV logo. So you'll see, I think it's about 7 or 8 items right now. I was actually going to play with it this evening or maybe tomorrow and maybe create some others as well because I think they've got like some mats and some other things that they hadn't done yet as of yet. But we're going to play
That's
around with
Nice.
it.
nice.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
if they put in products that some of these TV shows have, the people that are doing these shows, they'll have a lot of products.
And that's the
Hmm.
idea, because like I said, that's why I know that they were definitely going to have a whole section that would be made up of books as well as, like I said, some of the records and other things as well. So that's where it's going right there. But definitely, I was trying to put that in there and just let y'all know that I'll have to tease Gene since I'm here. I like that know and to hold them, know and to fold them line and all along those lines. I was thinking about the classic song and all in that space.
Right.
I think that was Kenny Rogers or one of those people that
Yeah.
had that
Kenny
Yeah.
Rogers.
line.
Yep. I know
Again,
when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em. Know when to, was it? Know when to cover 'em. I just
Know
got all
when
the
to do
lyrics now.
I forgot the
something.
lyrics as well. But before I bounce back, just want to share that about the store and everything. I think one of the things that I love seeing sometimes that happens is when shows that the network does co-promote each other. And I know that Stephanie, you had been on the Dorothy Dale O'Graham show, or Dorothy Graham Odell show, and then I actually listened for a part of it. I got to go back and listen to the entirety, and might even be airing the entirety later on this evening. Gene and his band got the chance to play on the show, and
Yep.
that was really
Yeah.
Yep.
cool and everything. I was seeing them definitely playing that music, and they were looking like they were having a grand old time and
Yep.
all in that space.
Yeah.
So they looked like they were having
Great
a
show.
good old time cutting up and all in that kind of way. So that's something that's
Gotta
always
cut up.
fun.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
have been right if we didn't cut up.
That is true.
That that was so much fun watching that, um, and being able to, type in the chat.
Right.
Um, yeah, while they were doing their show, I love that. Um, so I'm gonna be
Yeah.
quiet because I almost said something
right.
about
You
the
were just being the
future.
proud.
I'm gonna leave
Right.
that
Yeah.
alone.
Right. Here.
You were just being the
Don't tell
proud mom.
nobody.
There
Don't
ain't
tell
nothing wrong with being
nobody.
a proud mom. Ain't nothing wrong with being a proud mom whatsoever.
I
So like I said,
am. I am.
Yeah. So Mark, before we go away tonight, I need to talk to you about some details about the, what she was trying to allude to without giving too much detail. So, yeah.
understood. And like I
I'm
said, that can be
quiet.
that's why I
Cállate.
mentioned some products and all of that. But yeah, we can definitely do that, and definitely that idea of even that other show. So yeah, we definitely gotta have that conversation as well. So definitely, I'm with that all about that. So yeah, we can
Your
definitely do
wife
that.
is supposed to say it, Mark.
I didn't say it. I just said that other show. They can figure out what it's
Right.
about later on.
Right. Okay. All right. All right. Let me
I
skimmed over
left him
for
a little bit of
y'all.
a teaser. I left him a little bit of a
Right.
tease. That's all that
That's the
was.
hook
A
right
little
there.
bit
That's the
of a
hook.
gave him that hook. Gave him that little bit
right.
of a hook. But I'm gonna bounce off. But yeah, I can relate, and I think I told your last guest last week to that church bully because as I was joking with
Yeah.
y'all, I've seen some of those church bullies even when you are courting and you go to the church and everything. Because there are some of them prophets that I'm not sure that they're actual prophets, but they're very good bullies because they try to bully you into a relationship and all in that
Yep.
Right.
space.
Prophet
No,
lying.
no, you get that woman. She gonna be your wife because I said so. Because I prophesied it.
Mm-mm. No,
I didn't get
thank
that.
you.
Thanks.
I didn't get that message. But somehow
Right.
you got the
Exactly.
message before I got the message.
So Lord, how you gonna talk to them and not me? I don't understand. I just
About me.
okay. Right. You're right. You're right. Like I got a direct connection. So you sure you didn't mishear that message? Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You go send the message. Shouldn't you send it directly to the source of the person that's supposed to be involved? You go send it to an
Right.
intermediary?
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
get
had.
it.
No.
But I'm gonna turn it back over to y'all. But yeah, definitely, hopefully by I won't say by the next time we do the show, but maybe on the middle of December or the end of the year, we'll be able to have some books that Stephanie's got and maybe some music that Gene's done and a number of other
Thank
things
you.
Oh
that
yeah.
can be on
That's
that store
exciting.
and all along those lines.
Thank you.
Let's go.
No
That's
Excited.
problem.
exciting. All right, y'all. So today we are going to talk about seasonal.
Affective disorder
Yeah, that seasonal
or seasonal
depression.
depression. Right.
Yeah, that's what I was
Same
looking
thing.
for. I'm looking at. So that's what we are going to be talking about today. So, Jean, you want to tell what your thoughts were when because this is a subject you came up with. So, what were your thoughts?
Yeah. So I know during this time, during the winter, a lot of people deal with depression, because of loss or issues with their family or whatever may be the case. Also because the days are longer, that it's dark for longer periods of time, and generally we spend a lot more time inside, which means we end up with a lack of vitamin D, which causes depression. And then again, having those things, say for instance, you're going through a divorce or you're dealing with, not having your children around or whatever, that'll cause depression. And then just everything on top of it is like a snowball effect
Yeah.
of sorts. And unfortunately, a lot of suicides happen during this time. Um, Even homicides happen a lot because of this time. So we're going to give you some tools, going to kind of give you some education on seasonal affective disorder, also known as seasonal depression, and again, give you some tools to help you work through it. But one thing I say for sure, when the sun is out, go get some. Go get some sun.
Yep. I was telling a coworker of mine last week. It was, cloudy outside, and I told her, I said, I just love to see the sun shine. It makes me smile. And then
Right.
so later that day, the sun came out, and I looked and saw the sun was out, and I just started smiling. And then so the next day, I said something to her about it. I didn't
Hmm.
even realize, that that affected me like that,
Right.
that I had a joy of seeing the sun shine,
Right.
until I was having that conversation with her. And then one of the things uh, that some of the things that I thought about seasonal depression is some people have had family losses,
Right.
during the winter months. And so that brings on seasonal depression.
Right.
Also, maybe a job loss, some kind of bad memory happened,
Right.
during the winter months, which would bring on seasonal depression, or summer, bring on the seasonal depression. Um, but I can relate to the cloudiness and the dark hours for extended periods of time,
Right.
maybe causing depression, or, the lack of vitamin D and serotonin and melanin,
Melatonin.
yeah,
Melatonin.
melatonin. And so we're going to talk about some of those things. So
For
let's get into it. Jean, you want to start?
sure. All right. So again, we're talking about seasonal affective disorder, or AKA seasonal depression. Um, so seasonal affective disorder is a strong tendency to become depressed during a specific time of year, most often in late fall, continuing into winter. There can be other years when the dip is milder than a full depression or even absent. Summers are most often symptom free. While some welcome the changing leaves of fall and fresh snow of winter, others find themselves having difficulty waking up in the morning, experiencing daytime fatigue, eating more carbohydrates, and feeling a general sense of depression this time of year. And there's a name for it. It's called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, a type of depression that comes and goes with the season. Onset typically begins in late fall or early winter when temperatures drop and days are shorter, and continue through the spring. Now, what causes it? It's possible that people who experience seasonal affective disorder have lower levels of serotonin, or the feel good hormone, which helps regulate your mood, because sunlight exposure can impact serotonin levels in the body. Winter depression may be brought on by a lack of sunlight, like we said before. However, summer depression may be triggered by heat, humidity, too much light exposure, which can lead to an overproduction of melatonin, or the sleepy hormone. Too much melatonin in the body can affect your sleep wake cycle. Uh, when seasonal changes in daylight exposure disrupt the levels of serotonin and melatonin in the body, it can affect your mood, which further goes to show that um, the our moods are affected by the chemicals in our body. If there's an
Yeah.
overproduction of one or an underproduction of another, it can cause an imbalance in the chemical makeup of your body or the physiology of your body. So
Yep.
at times like this, some doctors will maybe prescribe, a vitamin D supplement or something like that, just to make sure that you get it, even if it's an artificial or should I say external version of it. But
Yeah.
always, if you can, when the sun is out, get you some sun. I promise it'll help you out. And that's one of the natural cures for uh, depression. Getting out in the sun, being active, things like that.
I have to say this because this is something I just learned about myself during the summer. Um, well, fall, with summer and fall of this year, how much I enjoy being outside,
Hmm.
just sitting outside, whether, sitting outside reading a book, or most of the time I was on my computer. So I was
Hmm.
able to get a lot of things done by sitting, on my balcony, just listening to the sounds of nature and
Hmm.
feeling the sunshine, even though I wasn't sitting in the sunshine, but just looking out, in the area at the sunshine, it was really peaceful for me,
Right.
and like I said, I was able to get a lot done, on my computer because I was able to stay focused on what I was
Right.
doing, and it was just, I don't know, it was just therapeutic for me. And so that's something I just learned about me,
Right.
this year that I really enjoy. And so it goes back to what I just told my coworker last week,
Hmm.
seeing the sun makes me smile. And it
Right.
does, when I see the sun shining, then I say, hello, sunshine, because I just love to see the brightness of the sun. It
Right.
just feels good.
Right. You had a serotonin boost.
Yeah. But I never knew that about me until now because I used to always be like, I don't care nothing about outside. But I do now because I found a new thing happening. Mark said, "Isn't Christmas a time when a lot of bosses let people off their job?" Well, it just depends on the
Right.
boss.
Right.
And then he also said depression because I want to go to Cancun and I go to No Coon.
Yeah.
Mark, you better get to Cancun.
Right.
Okay, Gene,
Yeah.
where were you?
Well, yeah, yeah. I remember where but also you brought up something. A lot of people lose their jobs around this time or are struggling to get gifts and things of that
Oh
nature,
yeah,
and that'll cause depression as well.
yeah,
Um, just the struggle of life, and then it's like you got that struggle going on and a lack of sunlight. When you're working, you generally work inside, away from sunlight and windows, so you can't really see stuff. So yeah, all of those things kind of pile up and cause depression. So
right,
yeah,
absolutely. And then
oh,
even after the holidays, when people have overspent, then there's
oh yeah,
another depression because now I
right,
spent way more money than I should. Now I don't have
right,
enough money to pay this bill or these bills, and so that brings on a whole nother depression. It's
right,
just crazy.
yeah, yeah. And so it's unfortunate that we link consumerism um, to the holidays, which again that's an extra stressor. It's like oh, I got to get this present or get that present for this person. It's like I prefer just time with my people. You
Yeah,
know, that togetherness is the thing for me. I don't care about the holidays. It could be Christmas, Thanksgiving. I don't really care if I got my people around me or know that I'm loved. I'm good.
right. Mark said those credit card and debit card blues. Yep,
Yes, Lord. You overspent. Now I got to figure out how I'm gonna pay this. How I'm gonna pay my rent, my light bill, this
yep,
bill, that bill. So that's you end up stressed out about that, and then a lot of times people will spend too much and have to spend the rest of the year trying to catch up. So, it's like, oh goodness.
yep.
I'm gonna here's my present to you, a big hug. I love you.
Right. Take this love.
In your face.
Are we at winter sad?
Yes, I'll
You
finish
want
it
to
up.
go ahead or you want me
Hmm.
to?
All right, I'll finish it up. All right, so winter sad is linked to less daylight, I'm sorry, which is exacerbated by spending more time indoors. The sensitivity to these changes varies by individual. Some people react to the first signs of seasonal change around the fall equinox in September, while others' moods don't plunge until December. January and February are the worst months overall, and the symptoms don't fully subside until early May. And I mean,
That's a
if you think
long
about it,
time.
that's a long time, man. It's a long time.
Half
Then
a
you got
year,
right, right,
more than that.
and right. And December is like when it's cold. January, you're still in the winter. February, you come out of it, but you also got Valentine's Day, where some single people or even people who are in a relationship, just not a good one. you know, experience the pressure. I'm with this person here. I was about to say another word. This this person here, and they don't really love me, but we together, but they don't love me, and I'm not happy. Or I wish I had somebody, and Lord,
Yeah.
self love,
That,
boy, self love, love yourself.
right, exactly. When you do that, then everything's cool. I mean, you might be a
Right,
little sad sometimes because you're lonely, but
right,
at least you know you love yourself.
right.
You ain't gonna make yourself mad
Well, you
on
might, you never
purpose.
know.
On purpose, not unless you like being mad, then that's
Yeah,
another
Lord.
story.
Yeah, you can have that by yourself.
Right. Remind me to tell you what Beverly said about going to the left when we get off the air. I tell you what she said.
Okay. All right. To
All
the
right.
left.
How many people are affected by SAD? In case you just coming in, SAD is seasonal affective disorder. It is estimated to affect 10 million Americans. 10 million. Woo! Or 3% of the population. An additional 10% may have mild cases. The disorder affects women 4 times more than men and usually begins between the ages of 18 and 30. Oh my goodness. Although children can suffer too. That's such a young age to be experiencing depression. However, I have heard more young teenagers talking about depression than,
Right,
in the last, I don't know, I'll say 10 years than I ever heard, you
right,
know, saying that. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm like, how can your mind even go there? It's just like suicide. How can you, I mean, what are you really thinking about that your mind goes there?
right.
So, I mean, it's just been mind blowing for me to hear that. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I want to also say that a lot of it is based is from society as a whole. We have social media where people are, you know, flogging, as we say in South Carolina, flogging, like they got an extravagant life, and other people are looking at it like and comparing and contrasting their lives to that, and that causes depression. And you have, you know, cyberbullying and bullying in the church and just all around. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, yeah, we're more susceptible to depression now because through the internet we're more connected to the world around us. So not only do you get to see positive things, you also have the flip side where you get to see more deaths. I mean, like seems like every time I get on the internet today, or around the last few months, we hear, about Palestine and Israel, and different wars going on, and that causes depression and anger and things of that nature. So it's like it's everywhere. That's why you have to guard your mind and the things
Yeah.
that you allow into it.
Yep.
So, for instance, for me, I try to stay away from social media as much as possible. I get on, I advertise, I'm off. Because
Yeah.
man, people, like I said, always flaunting what they have, or is man, this society as a whole has become so superficial. I mean, it's
Yeah.
always been that, but it's easier now to be superficial in a world where you're able to edit and cut things in a way that looks more beautiful than they really are.
That's crazy
People
too.
people gravitate towards that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So you just brought up some very interesting points, of things that I hadn't thought about. And the main thing that you brought up was social media. Back
Mhm.
then, when I was young and when y'all were young, and I didn't hear, that so much, I would hear, I'm bored, or we would
Right.
say, I'm bored, when we were kids. But um, social media is a huge thing and has been now for many years. And so, because so many people are on their phones constantly, they're constantly seeing the negative, and that can depress you,
Right.
make you depressed, bring you down. So, did you want to add something?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, so one person that we know in particular, um, she would like look at social media, especially around the time, and end up jealous, because of other people and what they were putting out there, and she longed for that, and it's like I would say all the time, it's like it looks nice, but I guarantee you that this is they're putting on, in
Yeah,
essence.
yeah,
What they're showing you is not the whole story.
yeah,
I'm the type of person that I don't envy or want my relationship with my significant other to be like anyone else's, because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
yep,
So I'm not trying to. Hey, okay, it looks great on
yeah,
the camera,
right,
but behind closed doors,
yep,
they might be knife fighting every night. You know what I mean? You never know.
yeah.
And then they get on, oh, I love you so much. And then after they get off, knife fight, knife fight. So,
And comparing yourself with others can make you depressed too.
oh
So
yeah,
when you desire and want something that somebody else has, then that um, can make you depressed, of course.
right.
So did you want to add something else?
No, no,
All right, so some people's symptoms are severe enough to affect quality of life. 6% required hospitalization.
right,
Those diagnosed with SAD experience major depression seasonally for at least 2 consecutive years.
right.
Crazy.
Yep.
That's a long time to be depressed.
Yeah,
And man, I can't even imagine. So go ahead. If you want to add something, you can.
yeah, for sure. And I said this before, but around this time, I would imagine, well, not imagine, but statistically, um, the suicide rates go up around this time because people are severely lonely. And then again, you have the seasons changing. There's more darkness as opposed to daylight, and it's
Yeah,
like, man, then people feel hopeless
right.
and desperate, and it's like they'd rather take themselves out than have to deal with those emotions and those feelings. Do that deep dive. They go into the sunken place and don't come out. So that's why it's important for if you have loved ones that you know are alone or lonely, make sure you check up on them regularly.
Yeah,
You know, just a call could shift their perspective and their mindset, and make them help them see value in themselves. And
yeah,
that's the deal. That's how relationships are supposed to bring to the table. When you love someone, it makes them feel valued,
yeah,
and not only does it, from an external source, it also makes them realize within themselves, okay, I do have value. I am loved. I am lovable. I am worthy of love, and that's a
yep.
major thing.
And when you learn how to confirm yourself, which how to affirm yourself, that is loving yourself. That is self love. That's something that you have to do so that when people say negative things about you or bad things about you, you don't believe what they say and repeat that in your mind and then start self bullying. Well, maybe I am this, or maybe I am that, or maybe this is that, or come on, you got to
Right.
you said it earlier, guard your mind, guard your heart, you
Yep.
know, um, away from this foolishness, because, you end up self sabotaging and self bullying yourself, because of stuff other people said. Forget what other people are saying and build yourself up. Encourage
Right,
yourself.
right. Ain't about what they call you. It's about what you answer
Right.
to.
Hello.
Hell, hell.
So let's go to the symptoms. You want to do
Okay.
that?
Yeah, for sure. All right. So physical symptoms that precede the mood shift include difficulty waking up on a schedule. I know that one. Daytime fatigue, a
Well,
craving
when you
for
stay up
carbohydrates.
all night, you can't get up and, at a decent hour.
You ain't supposed to
I'm
be telling
just
my
saying,
business.
night owl.
So I've always been a night owl. You know that.
Go ahead.
Uh, a craving for carbohydrates and weight gain. So the deal with carbohydrates is that carbohydrates, when you consume them a lot, it causes you to feel heavy and sluggish. And literally, carbohydrates turn to sugar in the body. If you don't use it as fuel to help you with exercise or whatever, then it turns to sugar in the body, which turns to fat, which makes you feel sluggish and tired. So it's like a vicious cycle of that causes depression. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, cut back on the dressing. Try not to eat too much dressing. And if you're gonna do it before 2 o'clock.
Dressing. Mm.
Dressing, yeah. And cranberry sauce. I know well.
All right. At what point is it necessary to see a doctor? You
Hmm.
can answer that.
All right, so if symptoms are severe, that should prompt consultation with a primary care physician, a psychiatrist, or other mental health professionals. The challenge for patients is recognizing when they should seek help, and if they do, making sure the provider has the expertise to supervise SAD specific treatment. Responsibility lies both with the patient and the doctor. Document your symptoms with a set of free online self assessment questionnaires from the Nonprofit Center for Environmental Therapeutics. The printout of results provides a solid basis for guiding a consultation with a healthcare provider.
Let's go down to
uh,
taking the vitamin D.
Actually, you mind if we read the whole thing? Because I actually like this
Go
part.
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so one of the treatments is light therapy. Again, we talked about the lack of vitamin D, so even artificial light can help. It's not going to replace the natural light that you get from the sun, but it'll help for sure. Light therapy from a box that emits bright light at the level of natural outdoor light shortly after sunrise is the primary, best investigated, and most successful intervention. It is a home based treatment done immediately upon getting out of bed. A problem has been the proliferation of low priced miniature light therapy devices on the commercial market. Almost all of them are untested for safety and efficacy. The Center for Environmental Therapeutics provides guidance on light box design, medication interactions, and an optimal treatment regimen. The automated morning list, evening list questionnaire, which helps people determine the most effective time of day for their light therapy, is a self guided tool generated by Columbia researchers and free to the public. So there are tools out there. Negative air ionization, this is another great one, is another naturalistic treatment method for SAD patients. First, investigated by researchers at Columbia University and New York Presbyterian, a high powered electronic device emits a stream of electrons that attach to oxygen molecules in the room circulation, creating imperceptible superoxide, a combination, a compound that is a form of oxygen with antidepressant properties. In nature, we find high levels of ionized air at the seashore, in a rainforest, and even in the city right after a springtime thunderstorm. So you notice that all of those things have a lot of nature and water around. You know, the rainforest, you have a lot of trees, which cleans the air by taking the carbon dioxide out of it and then feeding you oxygen.
Yeah.
Seashore, that salt water ionizes the air around it and makes it more healthy for you to absorb. And then again, after a springtime thunderstorm or rainstorm, you know, all of the ions in the air are positively charged, which helps. All right. Indoor ion levels, especially with heated, dry air in winter, is far reduced. By using a high density ionizer, depressive symptoms can decrease with short daily sessions. Dim light simulators of sunshine have also shown promising results in shifting the internal clock and making it easier to wake up in the morning. Dim or natural lighting provides a calming environment. Seasonally timed administration of antidepressants and even cognitive behavioral therapy focused on adjustment to winter symptoms are also treatment options for SAD. Also, something
Didn't
that could be,
realize. Go ahead.
I was gonna say something that this is something that I do from time to time, especially during this season. Um, I leave the blinds open enough that when the sun does come out, you get hit with those rays before you wake up. Now that's just a little trick. Um,
You
you're
hear
getting
the
that.
rays?
No, no, no. So I raise my blinds up enough so that when the sun comes up, those the sun rays come right onto you.
Okay.
So it helps with producing the serotonin, which helps you have that feel good um, energy before you wake up. Those feel good chemicals running through your body. It's just a little
Okay.
trick, definitely effective.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I love that
Okay.
light. You know, I gotta listen, man. It's dark in here. Let's open up something. Come on now. There's too much darkness in here.
That made me think of when I was there and it was so dark. I'm like, why is it so dark in here?
That's because
I
I wasn't
need
there
some light.
yet.
Now you wasn't.
Right, exactly. It's like, no, I come in. Oh, open that up. Okay, open those up. All right, we good now. Let the sun shine in.
Don't let the sun shine in.
Right,
That was a commercial. Mark probably
Mm,
remember it.
right.
Um, so you want to do taking vitamin D?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You want me to
All
do it
right,
or you got it? You got it.
I can do it. You can do the next one. All right, vitamin D levels decline in winter, both for people who experience SAD and those who don't. The common cause is reduced outdoor daylight exposure to the skin rather than the eyes. However, there is no convincing evidence that vitamin D supplements are therapeutic for SAD. See? Even evening light exposure from computer, tablet, smartphone, or video displays can make it difficult to fall asleep, which is why I don't want a TV in the room. I don't want that. Um,
That
it makes it difficult to fall asleep. I'm sorry, go ahead.
you can finish and I'll say it afterwards.
Okay. Um, Video displays can make it difficult to fall asleep unless the blue emission is blocked. So it is recommended that you limit screen time at least an hour before bedtime.
That's what I was getting ready to
Or,
say.
right, right, exactly.
I did not, I've heard people say that, hour before they go to bed, they stop looking at their phone. I'm like, why? I mean, I lay in the bed and look at the phone and read, and that's what puts me to sleep. And I put books by my bed because I keep, on my nightstand because I keep saying I'm gonna start reading books again because I did that for many years, and I
Hmm.
just grab my phone. Well, let me look at this one thing, and before I know it, I'm falling asleep. And I'm
Right.
like, what is the deal with this light and people, you know,
Hmm.
thinking like that. So now, just from this, I understand, a little bit more of, letting the light go before you go to sleep, you know,
Right.
not having so much light or dimming the lights, basically.
And even the microwaves from the phone itself can disturb your sleeping patterns. Like I try to do the same thing. At least an hour. I just put my phone to the side. I lay there in the darkness. That's another thing. Like a lot of times we have light from the television or light from this device or light from this device. Or even the humming of certain devices. Like even having the TV in your room when the TV is off, it's still emitting microwaves, which
Yeah.
disturbs your sleep pattern.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I try to keep like we got a TV in the living room, and that's the only one I want. I don't have issues sleeping, so I'm not trying to have any extra by having the TV. No, I'm good.
Well, at least you figured out what works for you and what don't. And,
Right,
some people never figure that out. So,
right,
or it take many years for people to figure it out. So,
right,
um, let's go to because we want to finish this.
right.
You want to do the 17 tips? Go to the 17 tips.
Okay.
Um, and we won't go into detail about them because I don't think we're going to have enough time. But here are 17 tips on how to cope with seasonal depression. Talk with a therapist. We always talk about talking to a therapist about things that are going on in your life. Don't avoid talking to a therapist, especially if you know you need one. They can be very helpful and lead you and guide you in directions, away from where you're headed. You may not see where you're headed, but, them with their expertise and then listening to you talk can help you, um, you know, through therapy and help you get past the seasonal affective disorder. So, you want to add something?
Um, yeah, and I love the fact that it says online therapists. There are, and one of our friends that were just on the show has their whole online therapy program. Which one was it, Mars?
Who has, uh, Evie didn't, did she?
No, it was not Donna. It'll come back. It'll come back. Oh shoot,
Are
I
you
see her face.
thinking about Caroline?
Yes, yes. She has her online therapy program that you can go to.
That's right.
She has a list of them. Right. Has a
Yeah,
list of them. Right.
I
And
forgot
that's
about
important. I
that.
mean, if you can't go physically to a therapist, you can go online, and they have all the credentials that a person that you meet in person has. They can help you through uh, seasonal depression and give you the tools to help you work through depression or just any life situation that you're dealing with.
Yeah, and putting in a plug for her. Her is Caroline Marco Hammond, and her business organization is Safe in Harm's Way.
Well, yeah,
So she talked about domestic being abused, being in an abusive relationship, and so it's a few shows back. So you can go back and check that out if you are interested in hearing what she has, because I did forget all of her. She has so many different attachments to different parts of therapy to help you heal. So her
right,
focus is helping you to recognize what you're experiencing and then providing the tools for you to right there on her website to get healing, to
right,
support you and get healing.
right.
You want to add something
Um,
else?
no, I was gonna say let's make sure we get through this whole list.
Okay. So stay hydrated is number two. We're talking about 17 tips on how to cope with seasonal depression. So far, talk with a therapist. Number two, stay hydrated. Number three, get your daily dose of sunshine. Jean elaborated on that. Take the right vitamins. He talked about vitamin D and the vitamin D deficiency being linked to depression. Let me know if you want to add anything or if you want to interject. Um, Go ahead.
Right. So with the vitamin D, you want to make sure that you get a plant-based vitamin D supplement. Um, Plant-based supplementation is the best way to go for anything that we do. Always go natural.
Yeah, as much as possible. Number 5, try light therapy. Gene talked about the different light therapy. Prepare yourself before the seasons change. Dawn stimulators. They're specifically designed alarm clocks that wake you with gradual intensity, like a rising sun. They produce calming sounds instead of abrupt noises, allowing you to enter the day in a peaceful manner instead of being frantic. These affordable devices have been known to help some people with SAD. I never heard of dawn stimulators.
Mhm.
So I'll let you start doing some of the others. Number
Yeah.
8.
All right. Number 8 is stay connected with friends. Having a support system at all times is an amazing resource. Number 9, one of my favorite is aromatherapy. I actually have started doing diffusing of essential oils again, and
I did yesterday.
yeah,
What's
yep,
going
yep.
on? Ah, what's
On the same
going
page.
on?
We're on the same page. Hey, Fontaine.
Y'all, we have a number of times been so many miles apart, like we still are. I'm in Kansas, he's in Tennessee, and
Right,
we are doing the same thing at the same time and don't even
right,
know it until we talk to each other. So
right.
that's crazy. Yeah, yesterday I pulled out the oils
Yeah.
and yeah, so go ahead.
All righty. So let me just give you some clues into some of the stuff that be great to use. Lavender, ginger, bergamot. I also use chamomile, peppermint, and wisteria. Those not only do they have a great smell, but the lavender, chamomile, things of that nature help you relax. The the peppermint just gives you like a soothing smell, and it feels good.
Yeah,
Um, and the wisteria kind of does the same thing. Wisteria is for like cleaning the air around you. So if you're trying to ionize the air around you, wisteria is a great one.
that's
All right,
good.
number 10, schedule your time and activities. Many people with seasonal affective disorder have difficulty getting to sleep at night, waking up in the morning, or both. Staying on a regular sleep and active schedule can work wonders for your mood. Number 11, take a hot Epsom salt bath. We all know what that is, right? Epsom salt, come on now. I know everybody been sore one day. You know what that is. And they go ahead, I'm gonna sit in this Epsom salt. All right. Number 12, exercise daily. And with exercise, it helps your body produce those feel good endorphins. And the more you do it, the more you get used to it, the better off it is. And then, if you're exercising regularly, you have less of a tendency to overindulge in carbohydrates, which makes you lazy. So,
Yeah,
and a lot of people, you gain that weight, then they get depressed about the weight. Now I'm fat.
yeah.
So, exercise. Cut back on the carbohydrates. All right, number
Mark says,
13,
stop
journaling.
stepping on my toes. I always have the TV on at home. So,
Yeah, as long as it's not in your room, you should be cool.
yeah,
All right, number 13, one of my favorites is journaling. It's always good to write down your thoughts, your feelings, where you're going to, chronicalizing the day, and just processing. Like that's something that I've done for a long time. Uh, Instead of just sitting there laying in the bed processing what happened in the day, you write it down, and that gets it off your mind. So then you can actually rest.
that's smart.
Another thing that's important, plan your meals. Plan your meals. We just talked about cutting out the carbohydrates at a certain time, but because of the seasons and the lack of sunlight, it also affect your appetite. It can cause you to either overeat or undereat, depends. But make sure that you're getting healthy food and plenty of water. Number 15, take a vacation. If you're prone to depression in the winter months, consider a vacation. If you can swing it, get to a sunny place like Florida.
Yep.
A bright environment, lots of natural sunlight, and a change of scenery can be very effective at chasing away the winter blues and restoring your energy. Number 16, this is a great one. Avoid alcohol. The tendency is to, when you're going through a depression, you want to drink to numb the pain, but it only makes it worse. And it's
Yep.
generally people go into a heavy binge of drinking during that time and they end up committing suicide.
Yeah.
Because you can't run away from your problems. Trust me. You take that sip, and as soon as you put the bottle down, hey, still here?
I'm
How you
still
doing?
here. Yep.
Take another sip. It's close. Hey, what's going on, partner? Another sip. What up, dog? What up, dog? Boom, boom, boom. We're here.
And I want to add this part. Excessive consumption of alcohol can further feelings of depression, anger, or hopelessness.
Yep. Yep.
So I
Agreed.
wanted I wanted to add that.
Right. Drink in
And
moderation
yeah.
if you're gonna drink.
And then consider medication is number 17. We're almost out of time. Uh, SAD is a type of depression. So again, it's seasonal affective disorder. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Type of depression. It's a mental health condition. That's why therapy is important. And all of these things that we shared can be therapeutic.
Right.
This means that it must be diagnosed by a licensed mental
Right.
health professional, and you might
Right.
want to consider medication to help with your treatment. If you can
Right.
do some of this other stuff, then you can possibly avoid medication, because
Right.
consuming all these different medications uh, are not always helpful. Um,
Right.
so I'm gonna leave that right there. You
And
want
they
to add
also,
any? Go
yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna say, and sometimes I mean, if you absolutely have to take antidepressants, make sure that they're prescribed by a doctor because a lot of these antidepressants cause more issues
Yeah,
than they help.
yeah,
You may have depression, it may help balance out the chemicals, but then it could mess with your liver or mess with your heart or things of that nature. So it's like if you can, so I'm just going to say this real quick, I'm going to leave it alone. Something that will be great is getting more healthy fats. The healthy fats help coat the brain, like, and we've had this discussion before. Like the neural synapses in the brain are like the wires that you have in, like, say, a lamp. Now you have that plastic coating over the lamp because it directs the electricity. Same thing with the healthy fats. The healthy fats help coat the neural synapses of the brain and help them to fire in one direction. If you don't have that coating, which is what a lot of depression is, you have a lack of healthy fats in the brain. So then those neural synapses are just shooting energy and stuff all over the place. There's no direction for them. So if you can get in more healthy fats, get in more sun, exercise, again, have a great support system. Um, and again, journal therapy is great. Be creative. Get out there and use those feelings of depression and put it into something positive. Do something constructive with those feelings. Create art. You know.
yep. Find ways to lift yourself up. So we are at the end of our show. We thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time with us. And we will be back here, not next week, but the following week, December 10th, and we will have a guest on that show. Um, so next week we will have a replay. Um, one of our shows will be replayed. So take care. We send you away with. I forgot to get with you to tell you this, but you'll see it now. So we send you away with love, we send you away with peace and happiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I like
So
it.
y'all,
I like
yeah,
it.
that's sign language
Right.
for happiness. So y'all take care. We'll see you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time right here. Stay for our outro to see Gene and his band, G Wiz and the Solar System, with their
First
number.
single.
Yeah, first single. Thank you. I
First
didn't know
single.
how to word it.
Don't
Take
let
care.
you take it from me.
All right. Y'all take care. Bye for now. See you later. Peace.
I've been down this road so long that my heart's turned cold. But I feel myself warming up as the days go on. Stuck between a rock and a hard place had become a common thing. But I have the faith to move mountains. As you'll see, won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Had my fair share of dark clouds, catastrophes and self-doubts, but I kept my head when I couldn't see how. My strength of will make me proud. Everything falls into place. Gotta take the risk, can't play it safe. Gotta have the faith to move mountains. Then you'll be free. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. This piece of mind was hardcore that I had. The strong resolve at all costs. Had to stop pulling on, cutting my loss through the struggle, baby, cause to be the boss no more. Struggle, just clear sky. Decided to take control of my life. Now I'm not afraid to reach for those heights. Ain't no glass ceilings in sight. Take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. 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 Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take, won't let you take it. Won't let you take, won't let you take